Right now at 10, another cold night is expected in southern Wisconsin. But could we have a little snow to enter the picture on Friday? What's the latest on that warm-up? I have all those answers.
And investigating a student, how Jefferson High School officials say AI was used to create inappropriate images. And after serving families for 2 decades, the River Food Pantry finds a new and improved home to help the community. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening, and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sarah Carlson. Eric has the night off. We begin tonight with a look at your forecast. It will be yet another cold night, but hopefully the final horribly cold one, and even a little snow, Alex, right?
Yeah, a little snow, and coming from a direction, Sarah, that you wouldn't think we would get snow this far west in Madison, and that's from the east, coming off of Lake Michigan. A lake effect snow band is expected to develop overnight, and that snow band is going to move from east to west across far southeast part of the state, maybe just snagging Madison, areas over towards Watertown, Jefferson, Janesville, Elkhorn, right during the late morning hours into the far early afternoon hours of Friday. Not expecting heavy snow with this, but that snow may surprise you. So first, to let you know, you could have a little bit of snow just south and east of Madison. Total amounts here, we're looking at a dusting, maybe a ½ inch at most. But if you do have any travel closer to the Milwaukee metropolitan area going east in I-94, be prepared for that lake effect snow band on Friday. And then, of course, we've been talking about the snow, and there are more snow chances in the forecast. Sunday is the next chance for snow with a Clipper-like weather system. And what's the very latest on that warm-up? Are we still talking temperatures approaching normal or maybe above normal? When I come back, we'll talk about that next chance of snow and that warm-up. It is on the way, but how warm will we get? I'll let you know in a little while.
All right, thank you, Alex. In the news now, officials at Jefferson High School are investigating after an incident involving photos and the misuse of technology. In an email to parents, the school's principal says one student took pictures of other students and used AI to turn them into inappropriate pictures without their consent. Those photos were then shared with someone from another district as well as other students at Jefferson High. Some of the photos were uploaded to an online folder with a link. Now, right now, it's not known how many students are impacted or if anyone will be facing charges. And charges have been filed against a father and his daughter following a deadly shooting here in Madison. Jorge Baez is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, while Melissa Basilo Ruiz is charged with 6 counts of possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Police say on Sunday, Baez shot and killed Luis Sotero Herrera on Primrose Lane. Police say Herrera was the ex-boyfriend of Basilo Ruiz. And police say surveillance video shows Baez heading into Basilo Ruiz's home from Primrose Lane, and he confessed that he killed Herrera. President Donald Trump held a cabinet meeting today, but did not bring up immigration enforcement in Minnesota. His new man in charge is on the ground, where he gave his first update to the media. Reporter Ian Lee has details.
President Trump wants this fixed, and I'm going to fix it.
With 2 dead Americans and constant confrontation between residents and federal agents, President Trump's border czar Tom Homan acknowledged Operation Metro Surge in Minnesota hasn't been perfect.
And what we've been working on is making this operation safer, more efficient, by the book.
Homan said there could be a drawdown in the number of agents in the Twin Cities, but only if they get access to local jails to find immigrants who have committed crimes.
I'm staying till the problem's gone.
Homan's arrival here this week was met with some optimism from state and local leaders who still want ICE out of Minnesota.
One great American city is experiencing an invasion. That is an invasion on our democracy, on our republic, and on each and every one of us.
The threats of deportation or wrongful detention have deeply impacted some neighborhoods. Members of Dios Habla Hoy Church are delivering food to thousands of immigrant families who are afraid to leave their homes.
They are literally hiding behind curtains. It's tragic.
A different story is unfolding in Maine, where ICE abruptly ended its enhanced activities after just 10 days, according to Republican Senator Susan Collins. DHS said it made over 200 arrests in the first 5 days. Ian Lee, CBS News, Minneapolis.
And today, U.S. Congressman Mark Pocan joined local leaders asking to hold ICE agents accountable. He was joined by Voces de la Frontera and Reverend Dr. Julia Berkey from Orchard Ridge United Church of Christ. In addition to speaking about holding ICE accountable, they also talked about people knowing their rights when interacting with federal agents.
Everyone should know that you have the right to remain silent if you are questioned by ICE. You have the right to an attorney if you are arrested or detained. And you have the right to demand that ICE present a judicial warrant signed by a judge before giving them access to your home.
Meanwhile, people across the country are expected to rally tomorrow for a protest against ICE. Organizers are dubbing it a national shutdown, calling for people to not work, not show up for school, and not shop all day. In Sun Prairie, they're receiving a federal grant worth thousands of dollars to boost pedestrian safety. The funding is from the U.S. Department of Transportation and totals more than $204,000. The city says while it will mainly go towards improving safety for bicyclists and pedestrians, they'll also use the grant to complete a traffic study of its high injury areas and identify what other improvements are needed. Well, the River Food Pantry is opening a new facility on Madison's north side. The 33,000 square foot space triples its previous size and is designed to meet growing demand for food assistance. Community leaders, donors, and volunteers gathered for the ribbon cutting today to mark the start of a new chapter for the pantry and the thousands of neighbors it serves each week.
This building is important, but it's more than just a building. This new facility represents hope, dignity, and the extraordinary power of community coming together to care for our neighbors.
This is a facility that greets each person who walks through these doors with respect. It's a building designed for efficiency and for warmth. It's a space that says, you matter, you are welcome here, and you are part of this community.
With services restarting immediately and a grand opening celebration planned for June, leaders say the goal is simple: to ensure that no one in Dane County has to choose between paying bills and putting food on the table. Also, the Andy North Trivia Night returned to the Sylvie Theater tonight, and News 3 Now is proud to be a part of that event. Our Josh Spreiter served as an MC along with host Andy North, and News 3 Now also sponsored a table, so our team was put to the test among other community members, organizations, and businesses. Proceeds support research being done at the UW Carbone Cancer Center, something that Andy North, a cancer survivor himself, has championed over the years.
All the money stays local, which is really important. There's a lot of national organizations that are really good that people give money to, but it gets spread all over. Every bit we hear stays right here in town, which is really cool.
Last year's trivia night made upwards of $130,000 in donations. They're still tallying up the final amount for tonight, so we'll share that number as soon as we know. And you can learn more about supporting the cause on channel3000.com. An award-winning vocalist is set to perform in Madison next month. Shamika Copeland will perform at the High Noon Saloon on February 26th. She's mainly known for her soulful roots music. Back in 2024, her album Blame It on Eve was nominated for a Grammy.
We had a ball the last time we played the High Noon Saloon. We sold it out. I hope we can do the same this time, and I just can't wait. We're going to have a great time. Yeah, it was so fun. It was one of my favorite shows.
That's awesome. Tickets for Copeland's performance on sale right now for $38, and a link to purchase can be found under this story on our website, channel3000.com. Next at 10, a former Illinois sheriff's deputy is sentenced, and an agreement is reached in the Senate. We'll tell you what's in the new deal to try to keep the federal government funded. And Alex tells us when we could warm up soon, as well as a few showers, or I should say snow in the forecast. We'll be right back. And also, don't forget to donate to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund by scanning this QR code. Now, with your help, we can provide critical assistance to those facing a heat crisis right now. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back, everyone. A former Illinois sheriff's deputy was sentenced today to 20 years in prison for the deadly shooting of a black woman after she called 911 for help. In July of 2024, Sean Grayson and another deputy responded to a call from Sonia Massey. She said she feared that a prowler was outside her Springfield home. Body camera footage shows the interaction quickly escalating when Massey grabbed a pot of hot water and Grayson opened fire. The fear of a government shutdown has eased just a bit tonight. A deal was reached to pass 5 spending bills needed to fund a large portion of the government for the rest of the fiscal year. The agreement removes the Department of Homeland Security from the broader spending package. The DHS will be temporarily funded at its current levels for 2 weeks while lawmakers negotiate changes to ICE during that time.
If Republicans refuse to work with us to rein in ICE and to end the violence, they're telling the American people they're choosing to protect ICE over choosing to protect people's safety.
I mean, Chuck Schumer wants to shut down the government because he wants to hurt Donald Trump. This is not to solve problems. If he cared about this, why didn't he do it when they had power?
Now, any deal would need to be passed by the House. Lawmakers in that chamber are not set to return to Washington until Monday, meaning there could be a partial shutdown, even if all sides agree on the way forward. Well, now to your forecast. We're set for another cold night with wind chills in the negative teens again. So, Alex, we are having a warm-up.
We are. We still have to get through tonight, like you said, Sarah. And Friday, tomorrow, Friday, it's not the 13th, but it's going to be a high of 13. That sticks out here in the next 10 days. What also sticks out is the next Friday, 32 degrees as we head towards just a week from now. We've got that warm up, like you said, Sarah, on the way. But we got to get through tonight first here with those actual air temperatures, 8 in Madison, 7 in McFarland, then hanging out still in double digits above zero, 10 tied right now in Cross Plains, Middleton. Actually, it's a triad, Verona as well. Looking across the rest of southern Wisconsin, we are seeing some pockets of areas cooling down tonight. Boscobel's down to -6, but that's not a shocker. The Wisconsin River Valley tends to cool down a little bit more than areas outlying or areas that are a little bit higher out of that river valley. But we got wind chills as cold as -8 in Lone Rock, -6 right now in Camp Douglas, and 8 in Madison. Not cold yet in terms of wind chills, not anywhere close to where we've been. That's because the winds are light, but that will change as you go into Friday morning. Wind chills between -5 and -15 during the morning hours as the winds are going to pick up just a touch, and then we're going to continue to warm up as we go, as you just saw here in the next 10 days. And wind chills will not be anywhere close to what we've been experiencing for the past 10 days or so. -2 will be a common low temperature tonight across southern Wisconsin. We got -1 hugging the Wisconsin-Illinois border, and then temperatures on Friday between 13 in Madison, 14 to the north and west. Milwaukee, take note, there's some snow symbols, and we've got snow symbols over Madison, Watertown, also Monroe and Janesville. What's with that? We actually have a snow band that's going to be coming in for some snow chances on Friday for areas from Madison south and east. All of us on Sunday in that big warm up, but not expecting alert day conditions for the cold or the snow. But the interesting thing about the snow on Friday is that it's coming in from the east, not the west or the northwest or the southwest. May just sneak Madison right around noon, areas south and east, over towards Watertown, over towards Jefferson, down towards Janesville and Elkhorn. Could see a couple of snow showers, more persistent snow activity hanging out along the lake shore, which is certainly very typical when you have lake effect snow, but usually you don't get these bands to come this far west. But don't be surprised to see a few flakes of snow. Madison areas south and east, but not expecting to pick up too much in the way of accumulation, maybe a dusting at most. Next chance of snow is Sunday, and that weather system is a Clipper-like weather system coming through very quickly during the evening hours on Sunday, and then it's out of here by the time we wake up on Monday morning, and expecting light accumulations of snow Sunday night going on into Monday. The next chance of snow comes in Tuesday night and Wednesday. That weather system could bring us some light snow accumulations, but how about the 32 then on Friday following that weather system? Again, we were talking last night, the -40s, and then going all the way up into the 30s. That's a good 70-degree swing in the temperatures. If it's not too windy with those temperatures around 30, that feels like factor to your body is a 70-degree difference.
And it's already been such a big difference. I did see people coming out of the gym in their shorts.
Not shocking. And
Right.
people on social media, Sarah, too, are telling me I was at the car wash and I had to wait in line for a long time. So
Right.
people are itching to get out and get back to normal weather.
Normal being 30 degrees or
Right.
so.
That's right.
Thanks,
That's right.
Alex. We'll take it. Well, as we make our way through the winter season, we're still there. You can help those in need during our Week of Warmth. Please help us raise funds for the nonprofit Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. It provides critical assistance to families facing heating emergencies when other resources run out. Out of every dollar you donate, 95 cents will go directly to those in crisis. And this all leads up to our telethon starting tomorrow morning. And all of our shows as well, all day tomorrow on News 3 Now. If you'd like to donate, you can see that QR code right there on your screen, or you have a link on our donation page on channel3000.com. Well, there have been some recent changes to the Packers defensive staff since the departure of Jeff Hafley to Miami. And now it's a Wisconsin native being added to the roster. News 3 Now's senior Packers writer Jason Wilde explains how he could impact the team's linebackers.
The Packers' latest hire for their defense and new defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon is a homecoming hire. His name is Sam Cephas. He'll be coaching the Packers linebackers, although the team has not announced that yet. He grew up in Oconomowoc. He played his college football at UW La Crosse. He coached at UW Platteville and at UW. He spent a year in Madison as the graduate assistant under Dave Aranda. On top of that, he spent 2 seasons with Jonathan Gannon with the Arizona Cardinals. And he spent last year as the Virginia Tech Hokies defensive coordinator. And listening to Brent Pry, their head coach, until their entire staff was fired after the season, you can understand why the Packers would be interested in an up-and-coming coach like him.
From his time at Wisconsin as a GA with the #1 defense in the country. I respect that. I understand that. I know how that impacted him as a young coach. In Platteville, small college ball, heck of a defense both years. Statistically, one of the better ones at that level. In the end, Sam's talent, his football IQ, his confidence in himself and his plan, the ability he showed to lead, to solve problems, to adjust. He's incredibly thorough.
There are still plenty of moving pieces on the Packers defense as Jonathan Gannon settles in following the departure of Jeff Hafley. Jeff Hafley took several coaches. Others have not been retained, but we are at least starting to get an idea of what that staff may look like. The Packers aren't expected to announce any of their hires until their staff is complete.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. On top of hiring Cephas, I mean, I shouldn't be trying to pronounce these. I've got the my sports director standing here. Okay.
Yeah, the Packers also added Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator Bobby Babich to oversee their passing game. Oh, and by the way, the Packers QB coach Sean Mannion, well, he is now the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator. We've got way more sports than that. Join us in just a minute. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Hey, final check on our forecast.
Yes, final check. We were just chatting offline about weather topics, but cold tonight, -2 tonight, getting up to 13 on Friday. Don't be surprised to have a little bit of light snow from Madison in areas towards the south and towards the east, towards Janesville, over towards Elkhorn, maybe a dusting to half-inch at most. Better chances for snow Sunday night going on into Monday with a little clipper-like weather system. And then we have that other weather system on Wednesday, but all those snow chances are all tied up with temperatures that are near normal for a change. What about that?
I'll take the snow.
And the normal temperatures. I'll take all of it, all of the above there. So
a lot more smiles out there, I think.
I think so. Just got to get through tomorrow. I heard the car wash lines were long today, people itching to get out. Well, you've got some warm temperatures on the way to continue to get in line.
I'll be in line.
Me too. My car's very dirty.
And you can always scan that QR code, by the way, for the Week of Warmth. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night.